Hi everyone, welcome back to Paper Craft Possibilities. This is Susan. Hi! Today I'm finishing off our visit to Kuchenhof finally. No more pictures of flowers, although they make me really happy. So I'm going to be documenting these pictures. I'll tell you a little bit about them. I think you know pretty much everything about our Kuchenhof visit, but these are going to be on the last pages here, the pictures of my husband and I. Let me see if I can put this on the screen. That would help. Pictures of us in our clogs, if you will, or our Danish shoes. Nothing like a good old tourist shot, right? So anyways, let's get started. I'm going to pull out everything while you look at the intro, and we'll be ready to go here in a minute. Okay, I'm going to start by gutting out this piece of paper. I'm going to pull it into the 1-inch mark here. Then I'm going to come up to my 11 mark here. Push this down, go all the way over to 11. Stop there and then rotate and do the same thing on all 4 sides. Sometimes when you're cutting this, it'll get hung up over here on your cut edge, so just pay attention to that so you don't have any issues. Bring it down to 11, rotate, make sure you're up against the edge, bring this right side into the 1-inch mark, put it down at the 1 inch here, bring it over to 11. This helps us save some paper. And anything we can do to save paper is great, huh? Save a penny wherever we can. Okay. And sometimes it'll come out and it may not always be cut directly. Like, it looks like I have 2 little places here that I'll need to cut. No big deal. No one will actually see that. Actually, see, one already let loose. And it's just literally like a hair of paper right here. So there we go. I'll put that aside to save that. And this is the honey butter. Is that honey butter? I think is the name of the paper. Just to make sure. Yeah, honey butter. It's laying down here by my desk. So we've got that. Then this is the royal cardstock, and this is cut to 11.5 square. So that's gonna go down in there. So I'm gonna bring in this tape just as close I can get it to the corner here, or to the edge, the inside edge. And then you don't take the chance of having your work stick to your mat too much there, and you won't see it. Our purple royal cardstock will cover that up. So there we go. Then you are going to see some intricate cuts here. I did this earlier on my Cricut, and this is also on the royal, but here is the same color of paper that is here, and I want to reverse it and use the lighter side of it just for a little bit of contrast. And I'm doing this to add texture to the paper, and I'm going to do this on both sides of my 2-page layout. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and I'm going to glue the other page down in the same way, and then I will be right back. Okay, I am back, and a few things I learned in doing this, so I wanted to bring them to your attention. First, I flipped this over, put the just dots of glue on here, and flipped it over. And I don't know, hopefully you can see here, on this purple where the ink has gone, it's changed the color a little. So I believe everything I'm going to put on here will probably cover that up. Then there's some white showing through, and that is the white core of the paper. So what I might do is come back in with some of my inks and cover those spots up for whatever is left showing after I put everything down. So this, I put the glue on the back and then flipped it over. Didn't think that worked out very well. So then I came back and I just laid, let me get this one out of the way. I just laid this intricate cut down and started lifting up pieces, and I left a few out. Just gently pick that up and put it back down. And I did all 4 corners first to make sure that it's secure. And then I'm just kind of coming back in here and securing some of these down with just a little bit of glue. I do use Barely Art glue, which I love. I've loved it forever. And I'd highly recommend. I think it's just the dark paper that I've chosen that is doing that. So I would suggest just laying it down and picking up the pieces if you're going to do this. This particular die cut and everything I'll use today they are from the digital art collections through Close to My Heart. And again, very affordable way to get the art. And then I cut them out with my Cricut. The only thing that it won't be cut or part of that collection today will be the title that I made. So I think that'll do it. And by the time I put down everything that is going on these pages, it's going to really secure these die cut, or this, pretty fragile die cut. It's going to hold it down to the page. So I think we'll be good. And like I said, once I get everything down, then I'll come back in and do some detailed work. So let me pull these in. You know what? This one is going to show this. There's one page that'll show more of this and one page that'll show less. So I'm going to put the one that'll show less, I think, on the right-hand side. So less of this will show. This page will show more. This is where my title is going on the left-hand side. Now, as you can tell, I've been busy die cutting like crazy. And again, these are all going to be, I think they were from 3 different collections in my in the Close to My Heart digital art collection. So I will list all 3 of them below, and then I'll also somewhere in here shoot the collections up online while I'm doing this, so you can see everything that is in those collections that you get. And I want to say they're $9.99 or $9.95. I mean, very inexpensive for all the artwork that you get if you're used to using a Cricut. And if you guys have questions about Cricut, please don't hesitate to ask. So I'm going to put down my pictures first. And I'm going to come over here. And I think this is going to work out really well. Because I wanted those pictures over here. My husband and I over here. In our funny touristy shoes. And then I have this picture I wanted to put up in here. They had a greenhouse where these pots were all at with these daffodils in them. Oh, they were absolutely I wish I could have that collection on my front porch. I just planted yellow tulips on my front porch too. Okay, so there's that. And then here are some purple flowers, which I wanted to bring in down here. And then I have also, these are pictures where I've just cut the white on my photo paper to allow for that, the white border on the pictures. And then this one I have come in with the honey butter and added another layer on so it'll stand out from the other photos. So there's that. So what I've decided to, with all of these die cuts, I just cut and cut. I figured I'm going to do it. I don't know what I'm going to be using. Then whatever I don't use here, I'm going to make some cards for Easter. So there we go. I'm going to put you on fast forward while I do this. wanted to jump back in here before I start gluing everything down and kind of explain why I've done what I've done. I'm going to put the Goodbye Kuchenhof up here. I don't see any of the glue marks up here, so I'm good with that. I'm going to keep the little birdhouse up here and the background part of that. This I'm going to keep as is. And here I'm hoping you can see I've put the royal cardstock behind, and I've come in with just white cardstock and brought in my butter. Why do I keep dropping the name? Honey butter. Honey butter. And I've just brought in my brush and inked up the sides of those. And I've also done that on some of this larger flower, which I'm not going to use. I thought it was just too big. But if you'd like me to show you, I can show you how to do that. It's just simply just getting your brush out and brushing these layers of these flowers. Pretty simple, but if you need me to show you how, let me know. And then here I'm going to use this. This is also one of the die cuts in the set. I'm going to put the date here, which I always print on my sticker paper, which is a clear sticker paper, and I just love it. So I'll put that down on the edge so we have that, again, in case any of my pages get separated from one another. And then I've gone through my stash, and I was telling my husband last night, I think I've probably had, I don't know, these for probably 10 years. And as it turns out, I don't see any one of them that I'm going to use on the flowers on this page. And these, I can't tell you where they're from, but they are sparkle gems. And I've used quite a few of these. There's little tiny ones right there on the butterfly, and some larger ones in on some of these flowers. I may go ahead and add them to these other flower centers too. And I think that does it. So I'm going to put you back on fast forward, throw on some music, and we'll get this glued down, and I'll come back to you and we'll get this done. I think we're done, but I wanted to walk through a couple things that I had done just so I can recommend some things or tell you things I may have done incorrectly or that I could have done better. There is no incorrectly when it comes to this. I did use my T-ruler here. Where did it go? Right here. I don't know if you've seen these before through Close to My Heart. I think they still have them, and I'd grab it if you can. What's nice is this is all magnetized, a really heavy duty magnet. So you can take this off and use it as a ruler, and or you can take this part off and use it as a 6-inch ruler. I think it's 6. Yeah, it's 6, and it also gives you a center mark on here. So it's 3 on this side, 3 on that side. So I came in here, put this down here. I put my birdhouse up here, and I put it on some foam so I could stick under some leaves and things here. This back piece is a back part to a rose, which I didn't use. I believe it's one of these. And then it has an overlay like this one, and I chose not to use that. And then I layered up 3 of these little flowers over here. There's 2 purple, 1 yellow. You can barely see the yellow. And then a little tiny leaf popping out there. Came down here and, wondering if that's a little crooked, but it's down now. I put down my clear matte stickers down here. And it says 2017, Keukenhof, Netherlands. My husband and I. And then I came over in here and I popped up this leaf because I wanted some 3D effect over here. It's not a leaf, the flower on here. And then under this, on this particular flower here, I did a 3D dot under this side, but not this side. I kind of wanted it leaning forward. And then on all the flowers, when I put the layers of the flowers together, I only, let me see if I can show you on some of these. Bear with me. So I took this one. So these were started out as just this type right here. So you've got more white in the center and yellow. And when I came in with my honey butter ink and just inked them up, starting from the outside in. So I took this and then I took these flowers, kind of bent up the sides, and then I only glued this portion down to here. And then when I glued this whole thing down to the page, I only glued in here. So then you get some definition from it. And they do stand up inside of the page protectors. They're not going to stand up as much as they are right now, but you do get the effect of a 3D. And then having some foam under some of the pieces, it's really going to help. The butterfly over in here, I really wanted to put some dots underneath here, but they're showing through on the butterfly wings. So I didn't like that. I did come in with some Wink of Stella, which is a glitter clear pen. You know how all butterflies have a little bit of iridescent on their wings. So that's what I wanted there. All 3 of these have those little gem dots that have a little bit of glitter in them. And then on the antennas, there's those glue dots also. Over here, the same treatment on the butterfly and the flowers. I didn't put a 3D dot on this flower. And I think that does it. So that is the last, those are the last of the pictures from my Keukenhof. So now I'm gonna move on to just doing a double page of our layout in our day in just Netherlands. And we went to several museums, but I'll just do a simple page on that. And we'll move on from there. So if you have any questions, please leave that below. And this is the last, actually, I think in my next video, I'll be pulling out the winner for the free stamp and die cut. So please remember to comment, like, subscribe, all of that. And when you do all that, then it puts your name into the hat for the contest. And once a month, we give those away free. So until next time, thank you, first of all, very, very much. But have a great day and enjoy it. Bye-bye.